A U.S. passenger train that derailed, killing 3 people, was traveling at 80 mph, 130 km per hour, on a curve with a speed limit of 30 mph, data from the train's rear engine indicates. It happened in Washington state during rush hour on Monday. Officials say 100 people were taken to hospital. The train crashed shortly after leaving a new station on its inaugural run. Authorities said all carriages had now been searched, but would not rule out a rise in the number of dead. A spokeswoman for the National Transportation Safety Board, NTSB, said investigators had arrived at the scene on Monday night local time and would probably be there for a week or 10 days. Bella Dinzer said the 12-carriage train had engines at the front and rear. The back engine's data recording had been retrieved, she said, and preliminary indications are that the train was traveling at 80 mph on a 30 mph track. Our hearts go out to everyone who is affected by this very tragic accident, she said, adding that the train's engineer had not yet been interviewed but will be in within the next day or so. Passengers say the train rocked and creaked as it took the bend fast before barreling off a bridge onto a motorway packed with traffic. 7 vehicles, 2 of them lorries, were hit on the I-5 highway below. Several people were injured in their vehicles but none died. State Transport spokesperson Barbara LeBeau was quoted in the Seattle Times newspaper as saying the limit on most of the track was 79 mph, 128 km per hour, but drivers were supposed to slow dramatically at the spot where the train derailed. She said warning signs were in place 2 miles before the lowered limit. It was Amtrak's first passenger service to run on a new, shorter route after an investment of $181 million, £82 million. Amtrak is the name of the company that runs most passenger trains in the U.S., with some government funding. The derailment happened on a section of track previously only used for freight trains. A safety system called Positive Train Control, PTC, was not operational on the train in question, the president of Amtrak told reporters. Using GPS tracking, PTC automatically warns the driver of speed limits and other local conditions and applies the train's brakes if the warnings are not heeded. Congress originally legislated for PTC to be installed by the end of 2015, but it is still not even halfway complete. The cost of implementing the system fully on all tracks and vehicles is reported to be more than $22 billion. Train 501 had left Seattle, heading south for Portland, at 6 o'clock local time, 14 o'clock GMT. One passenger carriage could be seen dangling from the bridge, while others were strewn across the road and the wooded area next to the track. Authorities are now working through wind and cold rain to clear and reopen the busy motorway, which stretches from Canada to Mexico along the U.S. West Coast. There were 86 people on board, including 77 passengers and 7 Amtrak crew members, as well as a train technician. Police say 19 people were taken from the scene uninjured. Of the approximately 100 people transferred to hospital for evaluation, 10 were considered to have serious injuries.